Punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility.
Today we're diving into the case of Freddy Gonzalez, a 30-year-old facing multiple felony charges, including evading arrest with a vehicle. Right from the start, the court walks him through his rights, jury trial, cross-examining witnesses, and the consequences of pleading guilty. But here's the twist: by entering a plea, he's giving up his rights to fight these charges in front of a jury. Will this plea bargain actually protect him, or is it setting him up for a harsher sentence? Stay tuned, because this case combines high-stakes legal strategy with shocking revelations about his lifestyle and choices.
R012008, State versus Freddy Gonzalez. Can I have the parties announced?
Christopher Ramos and Paul Acevedo for the defense.
All right. So in this cause number, counsels, have you received all discovery? Did you review with your client?
We did.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Gonzalez, did you review the application for community supervision with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you review the document entitled Waiver of Indictment Reading of Information and Rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand your attorney and you have certain rights? You have a right to have a grand jury hear the evidence in this case and make a decision on whether or not there's sufficient evidence to hold you over for a jury trial. Your attorney also has certain rights. They have 2 days where they're entitled to 2 days to pass upon presentation of the information to them, and also 10 days to prepare for trial. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Did you understand by entering into this plea, you're giving up those rights?
Yes, sir.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived indictment reading of information and rights under Article 1.051 and 26.03 of the Code of Criminal Procedure. Did you review the information with your attorney? Did you understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the information?
We do.
State, are you proceeding on the information as presented?
We are.
Did you review the court admonishments with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with evading arrest, detention with a vehicle? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to $10,000 fine. If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state will call, and the right to remain silent. By entering this plea, you're giving up those rights. Did you intend to give up those rights and enter
Here's a
into
critical
plea?
moment. The judge carefully explains that by taking this plea, Gonzalez is waiving the right to a jury trial. That's huge. Many viewers might not realize this. Giving up a jury trial can mean faster resolution, but it also removes your ability to have peers weigh in on your guilt or innocence. The court also highlights the range of punishment, up to 10 years in prison and a $10,000 fine, yet Gonzalez is still moving forward with this plea. Would you take this deal if you were in his shoes, knowing the court might not follow the plea exactly?
Give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case.
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is and he was.
Mr. Gonzalez, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter this plea?
Oh, Your Honor.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
Yes, Your Honor. Or no.
Has anyone promised you anything other than this plea bargain agreement?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented? Did you understand by entering this plea, if you're not a U.S. citizen, you will be deported, not allowed re-entry into the United States, and denied naturalization?
Yes, sir.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Did you review the plea bargain page with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, sir.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 10 years in the prison. There's a $1,000 fine. The state recommends community supervision. This is run concurrent with 2025 CR 005706. I'm sorry. It's 2025 CR 005206. 2025 CR 007487, 2025 CR 007397, 2025 CR 009295. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, sir.
Defense, is that the plea?
Yes, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
That is right.
Did you review the waiver of appeal paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it in both places?
Yes, sir.
By signing that, you're waiving your right to appeal. The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Counsel, have there been such motions?
No, Judge.
Outside the agreement, the state is recommending that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There be a TAP evaluation, 150 hours community service restitution, and in the MRT. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, sir.
Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead?
No contest.
State, any evidence?
State offers into evidence states exhibit 1 with its attachments.
No objection.
All right. Did you review the waiver and consent to stipulation and testimony with your attorneys? Did you understand it and sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, sir.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent?
Sure.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports? But most importantly, there'll be no live testimony. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments. Court has reviewed the same. Court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Yes, Judge. We ask for it to be mindful that he's gainfully employed right now. This plea is a part of a larger plea that took place 2 weeks ago. The court asked us to return to provide some restitution, and the court also asked the state to provide documentation of restitution amounts. At this moment in time, I don't think that the state has been able to verify the various restitution amounts, but our client does have a significant amount of money to provide in terms of restitution once the state's able to verify those amounts.
We have tried vehemently, Your Honor, to get restitution amounts from all of our different victims. Some have said that they have restitution and will get us the documentation. They just haven't been able to locate it or provide it to us yet. Some have said they don't have any restitution, and there are a couple that we have not been able to get in touch with.
All right. So in this cause number, the 2025 CR 012008, restitution?
On this evading in a vehicle, no, Your Honor.
All right. What about the vehicle? Because it says that the vehicle was damaged with a screwdriver.
Oh, I'm sorry, Your Honor. This one is related to another case. Yes. That is one of the people that we reached out to, and they have not given us any documentation.
All right. How old are you?
30.
You're 30. And this happened on or about May 7, 2025. Explain this to me. Why are you? Honestly, I don't even know why I should accept this agreement you've reached, because you're picking up evadings, forgeries, thefts, unauthorized use of a vehicle, another theft, manufacturing cases, and unauthorized use. So why should I follow any of these plea bargaining agreements?
I can offer the following, Judge. All of these cases deal, for the most part, dealing with financial or property crimes. At the time that he was committing these crimes, he was experiencing significant financial hardship. Well, that is not an excuse. If you have, not to be harsh, but if you have any sort of discussion with him, he not a very sophisticated individual. And I think as he's described, he took it upon himself to steal this property, sell it for funds, but he didn't realize how he was going to get caught. He thought this was too easy. So he continued. And if you look at the time frame of all of these offenses, they took place within a short matter of time. That's when the offenses caught up with him. He's a very unsophisticated individual. He thought he could get away with this. He was caught. I think even one of the offenses had a GPS tracker on them. He just did not think this through, because I think part of me thinks that he is, not to be harsh, but unable to think this through.
But he's able enough to get a Louis Vuitton belt. A regular leather
Now
belt.
things get interesting. Gonzalez's attorney explains that many of these offenses, theft, forgery, unauthorized vehicle use, were driven by financial hardship. But the judge pushes back hard. Desperation doesn't excuse breaking the law. Then comes a jaw-dropping detail, the Louis Vuitton belt. It's not just a fashion statement. It's proof that Gonzalez has some degree of sophistication and financial acumen, enough to know the value of what he's taking. This contradiction, unsophisticated but strategically opportunistic, shows the complexity of the defendant. He clearly knew what he was doing, even if he didn't fully anticipate getting caught.
A regular leather belt you can get is $20 and you put the LV on it. That leather belt goes up to, I think, a minimum of $350. So he's sophisticated enough to do that. Unless it's a knockoff, and it doesn't appear to be a knockoff to the court based upon my experience.
I honestly wouldn't know how to tell a knockoff from an authentic Louis Vuitton.
Oh no, that's a Louis Vuitton belt.
Is it?
So you want to, yeah, I can spot the knockoffs.
And as the court inquires with him, you'll see that he just is incredibly unsophisticated in terms of being articulate, thinking things through, thinking that he could get away with it. So at the end of the day, he does have significant amount of, I consider significant, to pay the restitution off to these individuals if they can verify the amount. And if this restitution can be made whole to these individuals, it could be to their benefit as well.
All right. And what's the amount of restitution he's here with today?
He has informed us he's in position to provide $5,000 in restitution. All that we ask is that those amounts be verified by the complainants.
He probably could have had 6,000 if he wouldn't have had the Louis Vuitton belt.
That point, if I may, I know Chris has been, if I may, Your Honor, one of the ways he was able to raise the money was selling things that were near and dear to him. One of the items that he sold, ironically, was his vehicle. So as we speak right now, he is vehicleless, which is kind of ironic considering the charges that he has.
Ironic, but understandable.
And he did liquidate items that he could sell, and he was able to raise $5,000. That doesn't mean he's stopping. He's still trying to sell stuff. And for all I know, maybe the belt is one of the things he's trying to sell. But he has been liquidating his assets.
Restitution is a key part of this case. Gonzalez can provide $5,000 to his victims, but the court needs verification from each individual. It's a reminder that the legal system doesn't just punish, it seeks to repair harm when possible. And the irony is thick. To raise money, he's selling off personal items, including a vehicle. The courtroom discussion here highlights an interesting tension. While Gonzalez is accountable for his crimes, he's also making efforts to take financial responsibility. It raises the question, does the court reward this kind of remedial effort, or is it overshadowed by the seriousness of the crimes?
Back to the earlier question. At one point, through hard labor and diligent work, he was able at one point to afford a nice living. He was working in the aggregate business, which is basically shoveling gravel and dirt and so forth. And at one point he was able to make a decent living. And then I don't know if you can notice he has been having problems with an arm of his that is the result of a birth injury that has been progressively getting worse with his age. And his means of earning that living kind of caught up to him with his disability. Prior to this, he's 30 years old. He has no criminal history. He thought he was going to be able to do something, and he just was not able to. He caught up with it, got caught. And do I feel like he's remorseful? I feel that way. Of course, it's not me experiencing his feelings, but I do. He has expressed regret. For all we know, maybe the regret is because he got caught. But he does express regret. He is trying to show some redeeming value. He has a young child that is about maybe 4 or 5 months old. How old is your child? 4 months old. He's never been on any public assistance. He's never received food stamps. He supports his wife. He is legally married. He supports his children. And he just made some decisions. And I've asked him, why did you do this? He's kind of dumbfounded.
And I think he would happily sell his belt in order to add to the restitution. I am mindful that there are some individuals that, and I don't necessarily follow the thought, but there are some individuals that believe by showing respect by wearing their best, and some people believe name brands is the best.
Freddy's work history gives context to his actions. He spent years in physically demanding jobs, like shoveling aggregate, but a birth injury has limited his earning capacity. Despite this, he's never relied on public assistance, supports his young child, and has expressed remorse. This isn't just a list of crimes, it's a human story about struggle and decision-making under pressure. The judge's probing questions and commentary also show how courts weigh character, responsibility, and potential for rehabilitation alongside the factual crimes. For viewers, this is a reminder that legal decisions aren't purely black and white. There's always a gray area of human context.
As a sign of respect to the court. And I would ask the court to consider his appearance and his willingness to look his best or present himself in the best way as possible.
No,
It's unfortunate that he chose a Louis Vuitton.
No. I only bring it up because we're here because the argument is that he had no money. And based upon that Louis Vuitton belt, that Louis Vuitton belt is not this season. So that's something he had prior to this. And I just based upon my limited expertise in the field.
And of course, Judge, at one point, he was able to earn a living through hard labor. You know, working with aggregate is not an easy.
But why didn't you sell off your Louis Vuitton and all of this stuff before picking up these cases? And why, state, should I follow this agreement?
Your Honor, this was an agreement that was entered into a while ago, and my understanding is that the defendant made strides as far as improving himself, and that was what was communicated to my colleague when they decided to offer this deal.
And what does he do for employment?
Employment right now, he's still dabbling in the aggregate. He's trying to get into the transport of aggregate, and he's working in that avenue right now.
Right. When we say dabbling, so is this a full-time job or no?
He has a truck that is in disrepair, an aggregate truck with a trailer. Or do you have the trailer also?
Yeah.
He has the trailer also, and they're trying to repair the truck to put it to work.
So he hasn't been working.
Well, no, he still works within the industry, but he's just not making as much money as he.
Are you still working? You want to raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God? All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record. State your name for the record.
Freddy Gonzalez.
All right, so are you currently employed? What do you do?
I'm working with load. Right now, I'm working with it's the same thing. Well, I don't drive the trucks anymore, but we load them up in the yard and with aggregates and like bays and stuff like that. Operate the machine.
All right. Any other questions? All right, this is what the court is going to do. In 2025 CR 012008, court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. This is to run concurrently with 2025 CR 005206, 2025 CR 007489, 2025 CR 007397, 2025 CR 009295. There's to be field visits one time per month for 6 months. There's to be 150 hours of community service restitution. 50 of those hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of parenting classes. And there's to be, and you say you're currently not driving, you don't have a vehicle?
Yeah.
All right, there's to be no driving without prior court approval.
Judge, may I, just for future reference, the truck that they are working on to deliver aggregate, will you reconsider once that truck is prepared? So
Mhm.
Thank you.
And There should be 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation, and that will begin and you'll need to turn yourself into the jail. Deputy Mejia, do y'all want him to turn himself into the jail or turn himself in here?
The jail is easier.
All right, so, and you're going to need to turn yourself into the jail no later than October 10th.
But we'll have the exact date.
Oh, October 10th. Yes. No later than 5 p.m. Did you review the document in that case entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorneys? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. In 2025 CR 007487, the court previously found you guilty. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's $1,000 fine that will be probated. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005206, 007487, 007397, 009295, 005205, 007396, and 012008. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Field visits one time per month for 6 months. 250 hours of community service restitution. 100 hours will be deemed satisfied upon completion of the MRT, which is being required. The remaining 150 will be deemed satisfied once he completes the anti-theft course. And there's to be no driving without prior court approval. And 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation, beginning October 10th by 5 p.m. And you'll need to turn yourself in the jail by 5 p.m. on that date. And that cause number, did you review the document? And
The sentencing phase is intense. Gonzalez receives 10 years, suspended and probated, with strict conditions, regular reporting, proof of employment, community service, and jail time as a probation condition. He's barred from working with minors or driving without approval. This comprehensive set of restrictions reflects the court's attempt to balance punishment with rehabilitation. It's also a strategic moment for the audience. Notice how the judge structures probation to prevent recidivism, not just penalize past actions. For anyone watching, this is a masterclass in how probation conditions can shape behavior, ensuring compliance while keeping the individual in the community.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Also, the state is taking in consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, and 009170. And Norma, in each of those cause number, I'm going to need a reset date in 30 days for restitution. All right, in that case, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Again, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you will need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
And cause number 2025-005260. The court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits one time per month for 6 months, no driving without prior court approval, $10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation. You're to turn yourself in no later than you're to turn yourself in on October 10th by 5 p.m. There's to be 250 hours of community service restitution. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005206, 007487, 007397, 009295, 005205, 007396, 012008. Taking consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, 009170. Yes.
R005206.
Yes. And that cause number, did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, Your Honor.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. We're moving on to 2025 CR 005205. And that cause number punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's $1,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 007396. There is to be restitution of $500 to Elizabeth Mascaro. There's to be no contact with Elizabeth Mascaro. And with regards to that complainant, does he have a money order for $500?
Yeah, cash.
Yeah, I have to.
No, not cash. They don't.
He doesn't have a money order, but
Do y'all accept cash?
I don't think they do.
All right.
Let's go get one, bring it back.
So you'll need to have a money order, bring it back tomorrow. Either your attorneys can bring it tomorrow. A money order for $500 made out to Elizabeth Mascaro, and you're to turn it in to the DA's office.
And which case number is that, Your Honor?
That's 2025 CR 005205. There's to be 100 hours of community service restitution, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, no driving without prior approval from the court, There's to be 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. You to turn yourself into the jail on October 10th by 5 p.m. And there's to be field visits one time per month for 6 months.
Judge, for clarity,
Mhm.
what is the name of the $500 check?
According to your agreement, it's Elizabeth Mascaro, Mascorro. Did you review the trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal in that cause number with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak with an attorney. And cause number 2025 CR 007937. Court will sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years. There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, no driving without prior court approval, there's $1,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005206, 007487, 007397, 009295, 005205, 007396, 012008. State will take in consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, 009170. There's to be no contact and restitution to Adam Vasquez. There's 10 days in the Bexar County Jail as a condition of probation. You to turn yourself in on October 10th, no later than 5 p.m. And there's to be 150 hours community service restitution. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Because this plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waived your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Sure.
And Norma, if you could start working on the reset form for him. All right, cause number 2025 CR 009295. Court is going to sentence you to 10 years in the prison, suspended and probated for 10 years, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits one time per month until further notice. This is to run concurrent with 2025 CR 005205, 007396, 005206, 007487, 007397, taking consideration 2025 CR 007488, 007406, 009170. There should be no driving without court approval. 150 hours of community service restitution, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. As a condition of probation, you to turn yourself into the jail on October 10th by 5 p.m. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it and sign it? Because it's plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what that is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. In 2025 CR 007396, court will sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's a $1,000 fine. This will run concurrent with 2025 CR 005205. There's to be restitution to Mark Crofton, regular reporting by Zoom or in person, regular random UAs, proof of employment within 45 days, no employment as a home health care provider or with minors, field visits 1 time per month for 6 months, 10 days in the Bexar County Jail. As a condition of probation, you to turn yourself into the jail on October 10th, 2025 by 5 p.m. There's to be no contact with Mark Crofton, and there's to be 100 hours of community service restitution. Probation in any of those cases, is there any other condition that is needed?
Yet it goes with 1 other month until further notice, but on all the other months, first month,
Yes.
no.
All right. Did you review the document entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal with your attorney? Did you understand it
Yes, sir.
and sign it?
Yes, sir.
Right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question on what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Ferguson, what date for restitution hearing? All right, so we're going to be back here on October 30th for restitution hearings. Make sure that when you come back on that date, that you have money orders.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes. All right, we can go off the record. Here's the thing. You're old enough now in your life to know better and do better. And there is no excuses for your behavior. You understand?
Yes, sir.
If everybody who had some sort of issue where they lost their job or something didn't go their way, if they decided, you know what, I'm just going to throw my hands up and I'm going to start committing crimes, then where will we be? We will be in the world of Mad Max, and this is the United States, and you're not allowed to do that. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
So from here out, you need to ask yourself if this could result in your being placed in prison for up to 10 years or up to state jail facility for 2 years. If the answer is yes, don't do it. If the answer is maybe, don't do it. Do you understand? All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
Appreciate your time.
Thank you. All right.
Don't look at my phone, Judge.
Huh?
Don't look at my belt unless it's shut up.
Oh, hey, you know what? My understanding, the goal of a belt is to hold up your pants. That's it. It doesn't have to be fancy. You know, I always tell people for a vehicle, for me, I just want something to get me from point A to point B. That's it.
$8.99 for my belt.
Yeah. You know what John Wayne always said?
What is it?
He said, never trust a man who wears a belt and suspenders.
Other problem, money order.
Oh, yeah. All right. So we're back on the record in 2025 CR 001454. Defense is your motion. You may proceed.
Yes, all right.
In the end, Freddy Gonzalez walks away with a suspended sentence, strict probation, community service, and restitution obligations. The court emphasized accountability, personal responsibility, and the potential for rehabilitation, all while underscoring the serious consequences if he slips up again. This case highlights the delicate balance judges must strike between mercy and deterrence. And for you watching, it's a vivid reminder, crime carries real costs, but effort, restitution, and accountability can make a difference in sentencing. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns.